How's it going, everybody? This is Seer here, and we're going to be going through the Temporal Cataclysm today. Now, this was back previously along with that Frozen Dimension, and the Temporal Cataclysm was a very difficult thing to be able to finish, and the rewards weren't great, so it wasn't really well received. Now they kind of assigned this to a global milestone, and there is a reward in here where the top 5% of players get this diamond skin for Thanos Endgame. Now, I'm not really happy about the diamond skin. It's more the challenge, because I know a lot of people do enjoy these type of game modes, like myself. So I'm going to be attempting the difficulty 16 run with the maxed hacks. Now, you can see the best run I have on here is like 2.4 million. I was kind of doing a little test run on here to kind of get the feel for it and be able to really discuss the impact of some of these mods, because there's some very difficult ones that's on here. So first, let's go ahead and discuss the mods. We have when a player character gains stealth, they gain taunt, that's fine. On spawn, astral characters gain speed up, and there's also one for all battle world abilities are active during this run. We're going to be really leaning into the astral team on here. The first two notes I was able to do with the pure astral portion on it, and then after that I kind of needed to lean into another character, which we're going to end up discussing. We have a dark resolve on enemy death. Remaining enemies gain defense up. That's okay in a sense. There's a more dangerous mod that's actually going to be on here. On spawn, apply disrupt to player characters. That's okay because the astral team, they do have that immunity on spawn. Enduring liberty, on spawn, liberty characters gain defense up, offense up, and safeguard for 2 turns. We may attempt some liberty nodes on here. We're going to have to look. Enemies gain plus 20% max health. You can turn this off if you're not really trying to push and kind of get a feel for it. Same with the other health mod. On spawn, Starjammer characters gain 2 evade, 1 death proof. We're not going to be using Starjammers. Uncanny Avengers. On spawn, Uncanny Avenger characters gain 3 counterattack and safeguard for 2 turns. I don't know if we're going to be using this because you don't really get the war bonuses, I believe, or the raid bonuses. Bad bet. When any player character dies, enemies gain 2 ability energy. The third node, we do have some assistance with like Green Goblin Classic, Lizard, and with the Astral team, we do summon in Wongs. That could kind of hurt us on here, but I think we'll be okay. Enemies generate 1 additional ability energy each time they generate ability energy. That's okay. On spawn, City Hero characters gain the X Factor trait. All mutant characters gain the Bionic Avenger trait. This is more for the enemy side of things. When an enemy takes damage, they gain speed up for plus 2 turns. Again, this isn't terrible. It's more the fact that there's another mod that makes this very dangerous. Enemies gain plus 30% max health, just like the 20% we discussed earlier. All mutant villain characters deal an extra 15% damage. That's okay. When a tech villain character spawns, enemies lose 5% resistance. That's fine. On spawn, Doom, Loki, Emma Frost, the new Emma Frost, and Ares gain the Cabal trait. I tried using Cabal on that third node, and it didn't really go well. I'm leaning more into the new stat characters because of the difficulty that we're doing. If you're doing a lower difficulty, I think this could end up being fine. Stronger Together, Global Heroes. Characters gain 5% damage for each Avenger, Wakanda, and Human ally. We had this Scourge or Pact previously. It's fine. Unkillable. When enemy drops below 50% health, they gain death proof. Again, this just kind of stacks with something else later on. Villainous Momentum. When a character defeats a hero character, they gain plus 20% speed bar. That's fine. Absolute Annihilators. On spawn, Absolute A-Force characters gain the Annihilator trait, and Annihilators gain the Absolute A-Force trait. Very interesting that we could end up mixing that. I actually didn't really see this. I just threw it on. Bets are off. When a player character blocks, apply stun to them. That's okay. Up the ante. All enemy special and ultimate abilities have a reduced energy cost of -1. I think that's fine. Dark Rally. When a player character uses their ultimate, all enemies gain 1 ability energy. You just have to be mindful of the ultimates that you end up popping out. Devour. When a bio villain character defeats an enemy, heal them for 10% of max health. Eyeball. When a player character uses their ultimate, they gain blind. We're going to have immunity with the Astral team. Weakened. Player characters' healing is reduced by 20%. That's okay. Another experimental serum. if you want, throw all of these off, do a test run, and then start adding on some of these other packs that we're talking about. Hold on, when a player or character uses their special, they gain ability block, Undead Swarm, on spawn, all non-summon minions gain revive once. This is fine. When it rains. This is the difficult one. Let me go ahead and move my big old head out of here. Okay, so basically this one here. This is the most dangerous pack that we have. When a positive effect is applied to an enemy character, increase the duration of all positive effects on the enemy by 1 up to a maximum of 3. As you saw, we had stuff on there that can get them defense up, can get them speed up when you hit them. That's going to keep adding on and increasing the duration of all those positive effects by 1. If they have safeguard, it's going to be a brutal fest to try to get through them. So this right here kind of stopped me on that node 3 where I had to kind of make the pivot from the all astral team. I ended up adding in Odin. So that kind of helped me get through that node fairly efficient. And I think what you could end up doing is take this one off, take off all the max health ones. And then after you kind of get the run, kind of get the feel for it, then you can add this one on, then start adding on the health one. So that's the route I would end up taking if I were to try to kind of push and kind of keep bettering my score on these Scourges. Then there's Rope-a-Dope. When an enemy character ends their turn with Vulnerable, they gain defense up, deflect, death-proof immunity. We put Vulnerable on them, they get these positive effects, everything gets increased. You can kind of see how bad it can snowball. This right here, When It Rains, is the most impactful mod that we have to play with. So let's go ahead. We're going to end up starting our run, and we're going to do this difficulty 16 max packs on here. We're going to hit the start button, and we can kind of take a look at the nodes as far as what we're going to be dealing with. Node 1, it's just geared tier 18. Then here for the second node, there it is. We have gear tier 18. Now they end up jumping from that G18 gear to G19. This right here was so difficult because of the Spider Society. They have so many buffs on spawn that everything got extended, and you have to time the drop perfectly and try to get all of those buffs off of them and kind of cause them to bleed out. And I had to lean into Odin heavily on this node. I ended up doing the following node, which has the Infinity Watch. It has the Darkhold characters on here. And then from there, we're going to end up jumping all the way back over here. And you can see there's going to be the Superior 6. We have a lot of Swarms. We have Ghost, Red Guardian, kind of the movie Thunderbolt characters on here. The next node, we're going to end up going into some Masters of Evil, Bionic Avengers. We have now the gear tier 19. We have Alpha Flight. We have Orcus. Then it's going to jump all the way down to here. And now we have gear tier 19 non-mythic for 1, 2, 3, or 4 nodes. Now, previously, this node right here was very difficult to try to get through because we have the non-mythic. Then we go into the following node, which, again, very difficult. There's 2 Black Knights, there's 2 Star Brands, there's 2 Cosmic Ghost Riders. This was very difficult to get through because of those 2 Black Knights. To try to get through them, I had to do a burn attack previously. We'll see how that ends up working today. And then we go into another Darkhold. We have a boss node right here. I believe once we got past these 2 nodes, we were kind of in the home stretch. Over here, we have an Ultimus. We have Mr. Negative. That's fine. And then we're going to shoot all the way up here to the main boss node where there's going to be Undying. We have an Odin on here. And I believe that Odin was difficult to try to get through because of the drop. I don't think he actually starts on spawn. We'll kind of figure that out when we get there. But with that, let's go ahead and start our run. So we're going to end up clicking here and hitting launch. And again, I end up using the full astral team on the first 2 nodes. I had to add in Odin on that 3rd node. I'm just going to try to see how far I can get with the astral portion because they are a very good team, very important team to try to get Null, and we did discover Null is a great character. The astral team, I never thought they were terrible. I know there was kind of a bad stigma about them, but they are an incredible team in War, Cosmic Crucible, once you get them fully built up, so I definitely highly recommend it. So let's go ahead and start this off. Okay, so the nice thing about the astral team, because we have the battle world effects on Emma Frost, she flips those disrupts that we have that tag on for, and that flips it into immunity. So all we have to do is we need to try to take this lead route because he pumps out so many positive effects. If you wait for him to be at the end, he just keeps the healing going because of everything being extended, including the regenerations. We're gonna use the ultimate from Shadow King. We do that nice turn meter rewind, and we're just gonna tunnel down that leader. He's the #1 threat on this node. All right, so now we have Shadow King again. Let's go ahead and special into Taskmaster. Now we got ability block in some of these characters. Taskmaster's dead. Namor's killed off. Let's go ahead and target Iron Patriot. We're gonna special. That's gonna get counterattack on us. We're gonna tunnel him down. All right, there goes Iron Patriot. And let's go ahead and we're just gonna basic. Doctor Strange is a striker for me. All right, let's go ahead and basic with Odin. I'm gonna save that special, but now we do have that battlefield effect out there, and that's just gonna mow these characters down. And node 1 is done. It's very easy once you have that Odin. Again, I was able to do this without having Odin on here. Just use the full Astral team. I just think right now there is enough people that have Odin. If you don't, you can probably drop the difficulty down or try and lean into the full Astral team during this full run. All right, let's go ahead and take this Ares out. And just getting through those death proofs and basic. He has 2 death proofs. Just things being extended. And there he goes. Okay, now we're moving on to the second node. And on here we have the Shadowland characters along with the Night Stalkers. Moon Knight does have those dual traits on there. And we also have the vampire minions on here. Now these minions do have that revive once because of the pact that we end up putting on them. We're going to go in with the same team, Astral and Odin. We're keeping Doctor Strange. We're keeping Shadow King both as a striker on here. So let's go ahead and see how we can handle this one. I did end up doing this as the full Astral before. It wasn't terrible. I do have to say those minions are pretty resilient on here though. So let's go ahead and take this out. Okay, so we're just going to end up using the ultimate from the new Emma Frost into the Moon Knight. You get all those big AoE attacks going in there. Odin, he already gets the assist, so we can end up doing that basic and getting that battlefield effect out there. Let's go ahead, target Daredevil and ult with Shadow King, so we take the buffs off of the Daredevil. Looks like Elektra decided to come right back. All right, let's go ahead and special into the Night Nurse over here. That's going to hit both of them. All right, there goes Elektra. Let's go ahead and just basic. We're going to go into the Night Nurse back here. All right, so Night Nurse is killed off. Going into the White Tiger. All right, there she goes. We're just going to end up doing a basic. I don't need to really use the special. Let's go ahead and ult. Try to get that stun. Nice rebound chain. We get the stun, and looks like that got resisted. All right, let's go ahead and we'll do the basic into Oath over here. Looks like she resisted that as well. They have such high resistance on here. It's pretty crazy. All right, we're gonna basic into Blade. Get the striker shot. Hopefully get him killed off. Special. All right, there goes Blade. Got to take out the Oath. Let's go ahead and basic. There's the blind. That's what I was trying to land previously. That way she ends up taking her turn. Oh, with that ultimate, it's going to end up missing. All right, there goes Oath. All right, let's go ahead. I'm going to end up using the special here just because of how fast this wave ends up being. Let's go ahead and use the ultimate from Shadow King. And we need to try to get over to that Blade and kill him as fast as possible. Otherwise, he can potentially one-shot us. Let's go ahead and special. Okay, so we did get some flips. The unfortunate thing is the speed up turned into slow, which turned back into speed up from the blade. Let's ult with Emma. Nice big AoE hit there. I love it. And this is why I end up actually using the special on this wave here for Odin, is so we can try and get ahead of the blade and those Night Stalker characters. Because that charge is giving him the additional speeds. Definitely going to help us out. And let's go ahead and special. I'm going to end up targeting this taunt over here so I can try to get more damage on that blade. So got a lot of bleeds on him. That slow turns into speed up. That ends up extending all of those positive effects because of that pact we have on. Alright, let's go ahead and ult. Alright, there goes another minion. We're going to end up using that special again from Doctor Strange. Looks like Blade should be bleeding out here. Hopefully you can get Oath killed off too. Oath got her turn. Emma took some damage, but she'll be fine. Let's go ahead and ult with the new Emma that does that nice AoE burst around it. There we go. Alright, there goes a minion, and now we just have these two Night Stalkers. So you can kind of see how difficult this one could end up being. Again, I was able to do this with the full Astral team. You don't need Odin for this one. The next node is going to be very difficult, though, and you're going to see what's going to end up happening in there. Alright, now we're on to that dreaded third node. So on here, we're going to end up having that Seer Defenders on the first drop. That's not the issue. The issue is these Spider Society characters. They are so resilient at 2.4 million power and all of the buffs they have on them. There's two paths on here as skirmishers. Funny enough, if they ult, they could end up one-shotting one of your characters, even Odin. It's pretty ridiculous. So let's go ahead and see if we can get the drop timed on here so we can take advantage of this. As far as characters goes, same team. Astro, we're adding in Odin in here. I'm keeping the two strikers. I like Odin as a raider in this point. So let's see if we can get the one-shot on here. Alright, we're going to end up using the ultimate on here from the Lizard. This is going to end up hopefully taking some of these positive effects off of them. Looks like the Death Proofs ended up staying on Black Cat there. Ultimate from Green Goblin Classic. See if we can get some flips going. And that trauma definitely helps us because every time you hit them, they gain this speed up. But we got slow on them, so it kind of cancels each other out. Let's go ahead and special into the Robbie with the Lizard. Alright, let's use the ultimate from Shadow King into Black Cat. We got all those death proofs off of her. And now we just need to be kind of finesse the rest of this node or wave until we get to the next drop. We're going to use the basic here. That's going to get the battlefield effect out there. And we're running out of charges. I'm hoping we can get the special back up on Odin by the time the next wave drops in. Alright, special into Robbie here. Alright, there goes the Doctor Strange. Let's special into Ms. Marvel Hardlight. Got the ability to block on her, so we don't have to worry about the taunt coming in for her. And let's go ahead and special with Shadow King. Alright. I'm going to end up saving the special here. Let's go into Black Cat and Basic. And we're going to basic here. I'm going to save some of these flip moves, such as Ancient One special, Doctor Strange special, for when the next wave comes down. Alright, we're going to end up doing a basic here. Looks like we're pretty far away from that special because we did end up burning that special on wave 2. But we do have the ultimate ready. Okay, so what you want to do here is we want to go all in on Peter B. Park. We're going to use the special from Ancient One So we did get a couple flips on here, not as many as I would hope. And we're just going to lead into that battlefield effect. Let's use the ultimate from Shadow King into Peter B. Parker. He's the one that kind of pumps out a lot of these positive effects, so we want to kill him. Alright, so we've got one Pav killed off. Nora's kind of going off on us, going into that Ancient One. Alright, we're going to end up using that ultimate into Peter B. Parker. And they're really hammering into that Ancient One. Alright, let's go ahead and use that special. So we did get a few more flips. That's good. And let's go ahead and use that special into Peter B. Parker. We could have targeted the Noir, but I want Peter B. Parker to build off. There's the word. All right, let's go ahead and use that ultimate. I'm not afraid to use that. We're going into the Penny on here. There goes Noir. And now we're pretty much set for the rest of this node, so we can start conserving some of our abilities. And you see the damage that Pavitra ended up putting off on us. Penny going into Ancient One. There she goes. Luckily, we do have the ultimate ready for Doctor Strange. So we just need to survive until Doctor Strange's turn, so we get to end up using that ultimate. Alright, let's go ahead and I'm going to use the special here from Emma Frost into the Pav. All right, now we can use the ultimate here. That's going to get Ancient One back. And the reason I end up going so hard into the Pav right there is he was so close to his next turn. I didn't want him killing Ancient One as soon as we brought her back. So that was the plan there. Basic from Shadow King, and Node 3 is done. And you can see how difficult this one is actually going to end up being. Node 4 is one of the more difficult nodes that we have on this run. So what we have here is the Infinity Watch leading into the Darkhold, and the Darkhold is just brutal as far as what we have to go through on here. What I'm doing is I'm taking a page from what Dorky Dad did previously about 3 months ago. This is possible to get a one-shot, but it's very difficult. I was trying to look through the list of characters. I tried using the Astral team with Odin, and I can't get the one-shot. I kind of get close, and then I end up wiping, and I want to end up using them later on. We don't really have any other characters, maybe Shadow King, but I'd rather have Thanos Endgame in here to basically dish out the ability energy. We get the Exposed out here from the Super Skrull. APOC basically giving the extra health and damage. They will end up keeping their safeguard. We have Mephisto and we have Odin in here. So I'm just going to end up using this. If you end up finding a better route on this, definitely leave it in the comments. But let's go ahead and see how we end up doing on this. I gave it one go and I was able to kind of get to the same point that we did on the Astral, and it felt better in my opinion. Okay, so to start, let's go ahead and use that special into Gamora. That's going to get the Exposed on her, which is great. Let's go ahead and basic with Mephisto into Moondragon. I'm going to basic with Mephisto now into Nebula. And we want to keep hitting that Exposed as much as possible. All right, let's go ahead and basic here. That's going to chain across. We still got that hit into the Exposed, which is fantastic. All right, let's go ahead and basic here. That's going to hit the Exposed on Gamora. That got the battlefield effect out, which is great. Go ahead and basic in it, Adam Warlock, and hit the Exposed again. And let's go ahead and basic into the Exposed. Right, special here into Adam Warlock. We couldn't get another Exposed out there. That's what I was going for, because Gamora is very close to being killed off. Let's basic. right, so that should take out Gamora. Striker shot into Adam Warlock. Let's go ahead and basic and chain. All right, so now we got the special up. And hopefully we can get these the rest of the Infinity Watch killed off here with the battlefield effect. That heal was unfortunate. I was trying to time the drop with the turn meters for the next wave, and the heal definitely kind of threw this off. Let's go ahead and basic. We're going to stay the course, see if we can still get this to work. All right, there she goes. We got a basic here into Moondragon. All right. So now we have Super Scroll going. We're going to use the special into the Heartless over here to rewind that portion of the field. Now they all have speed up. I've done several attempts using the ultimate. That's going to speed up the other side. So we're going to use the basic over here, because we don't want to give 3 turn meter out. Let's go ahead and ult with Odin now. All right, so there goes Morgan. She does her ultimate and flips. We got Odin's battlefield effect. Let's go ahead and ult here. Pretty good damage. However, they end up surviving this. All right, there's the push. I was hoping, come on, get the kills. There we go. Let's go ahead and ult. Those 2 are going to die. That's going to die. We got a vulnerable here, but the other 3 should get killed off. They did not. I feel like I need to take out this Heartless. His abilities, he's going to ult on us. That could kill us. Okay, battlefield effect. We need to take out this character. Let's go ahead and ult into this Heartless. All right, there goes our Apocalypse. Honestly, I think I'm going to have to keep this with the Apocalypse going down. This node is very difficult, as you guys are pretty much aware if you're watching this. All right, basic here. All right, that's going to do turn meter rewind. And we're honestly not out of the woods yet because of that Morgan. Let's go ahead and special. Let's do a special here for a little bit of a rewind. We got the exposed, which is great. All right, let's go ahead and basic into the exposed. Let's do another rewind. So I don't need to use that ultimate. If we can get Odin back to a special, that's going to be great. Okay, so we did lose Apocalypse here. Of course, Morgan's not done yet. She's still trying to ruin our day, but I'm feeling pretty good. We got the clear on node 4. Is the Apocalypse going to matter? I honestly don't think he will. Because we have so many other mythic, and there's the non-mythic section where we can't even use Apocalypse if we wanted to. Yeah. So lost Apocalypse. You can definitely do this with Apocalypse surviving, but I'm happy with this. We got it done. Okay, now that we're on to node 5 finally, what we have here is a whole lot of swarms. We have some Sinister 6 members. We have the movie Thunderbolt characters. That's going to be in the movie. We have Iron Patriot. This one I believe wasn't bad. So what we're going to do is go into what we had before, which is the Astral Odin team. We're going to lean into this as much as we can because it is such a good team. I'm pretty sure the regular Astral could work in here as well. All right, so there the Emma Frost flips those immunities again. Let's go ahead and ult into the Spider Slayer because he has an offense up and he could do some very high damage to us. Let's go ahead and basic into. There he goes. All right, we're gonna special. This is gonna flip. All right, let's go ahead and special here to do another flip. All right, there goes Mysterio. Let's go ahead and ult with Shadow King, take those buffs, especially that death proof. All right, we're gonna do a basic here. Now we've got the battlefield effect out there, and this should be pretty much over now. We got another special to flip. And that's a whole lot of swarms. Let's go ahead and special. All right, let's go ahead and special here with Shadow King. Special with Strange. And here we're going to end up basicking into that swarm. Odin's pretty much going to take these guys out now. All right, basic. We have, looks like 7 more characters once we get these 2 killed off. All right, so here they are. Let's go ahead. We're going to basic. Let's go ahead and ult with Shadow King. All right, special here. This is going to flip everybody that doesn't have that safeguard. All right, let's go ahead and ult. This is going to do an AoE. It's going to hit that ghost. It's going to hit Yelena and Winter Soldier. Unless they end up dodging it, which of course is going to happen. All right, let's go ahead and special here. And still on that, let's go ahead and special. That Iron Patriot's going to pop off. That's going to hurt when Iron Patriot ends up doing that special to us, so we'll try to get to him. Let's go ahead and basic into Iron Patriot. All right, basic. That should take out the Iron Patriot. Hopefully bleed out. All right, there we go. Perfect. Yeah, so node 5 is done. There we go. All right, we're going into node 6. This one here is not too bad. We have a bunch of the Bionic Avengers. We have some of the Masters of Evil characters as well. So we're going to stick with what we've been using. The Astral Team with Odin. Again, without Odin, just use the full Astral Team. You shouldn't have too many issues with this. It's a pretty straightforward matchup on here. Let's go ahead, get in there. The priority targets, I would say, would be the Deathlocks. The reason for that, he gives that offense up to the entire team. He has that big AoE burst damage. So I am going to be targeting them first. Let's go ahead and target the Deathlock, use the ultimate. All right, so now we're going to end up targeting the other Deathlock over here. Let's go ahead and use the ultimate. That's going to take, hopefully, those defense ups off. It does not. They just have very high resistance on this mode. Let's go ahead and special. That's going to flip those positive effects to negative effects. There goes one Deathlock. All right, let's go ahead and special. That's going to flip. Hopefully, it does. That's great. All right, we're going to end up using that special into the Hulkbuster. That's going to get the ability to block trauma on him. The ping should take out the Deathlock as well. All right, let's go ahead and use the basic here. Now we got the battlefield effect out there. Let's go ahead and basic with Emma Frost. We're just going to save a little bit of cooldowns. We have the speed advantage. Special here is going to flip. Nice AoE damage. All right, basic. All right, so the Viv did end up surviving. However, those counterattacks should take her out. All right, let's go ahead and special with Ancient One. All right, so we unfortunately couldn't get off the taunt. However, we have our counterattacks. We have some nice abilities prepped up. Let's go ahead and special. Try another flip. We don't get that one either. And special here. That should hit everybody. All right, let's go ahead and basic. We don't need to use Odin's special, so we can actually save that for one of the more difficult nodes. Let's ult into King, because he's going to be one of the big threats that we want to take care of here. Let's basic into him. All right. And we don't need to use that special. There's 3 enemies left now, so we're just going to basic. Let's go ahead and take care of Moonstone here. And looks like Ultron has the higher turn meter. We have bleeds on Titania, so we'll get rid of Ultron here. And there we go. Node 6 is done. All right, we are going into Node 7. This one here has Alpha Flight and a lot of Orcus members. It has 9 Sentinels. We have a Omega Sentinel and a Nimrod. The first wave isn't terrible. The second wave, you do need to be a little mindful of that Omega Sentinel. If she gets rolling, things could go sideways. And the Sentinel bots, if they start kind of get rolling as well, things can go a little haywire on here. So just have to have a little bit of finesse on here. We're going to end up going in with our Astral Odin team again. If you don't have Odin, the full Astral should work perfectly fine in here. So let's go in. All right, let's go ahead and use the ultimate from Emma Frost into the Sasquatch. That's going to cause those assists to come in. Now we're going to use the special from Shadow King into the Sasquatch. We're able to get the trauma ability block. We're push the Sasquatch. Now we can go directly into the North Star here and use the ultimate. And the nice thing is the North Star has the ability block as well, so we don't have to worry about him flipping all of our positive effects. So we're going to go into Guardian and use the special. This should flip some more of those positive effects. North Star's killed off, and we pretty much have the first wave under control. All right, let's use the basic from Odin. That's going to get the battlefield effect out there. We'll still use the ultimate from Ancient One. This is going to get the safeguard on us and kind of ready for that next wave. So here we have the Omega Sentinel and a Nimrod. This one here, you need to be mindful as far as the positioning of where you're attacking. So we're going to stay over here and use the special. We don't want to hit the Omega Sentinel. That would give her speed up. It's going to extend those positive effects and everything. And we don't want to do that yet. All right, so now we can end up using the ultimate here from Emma Frost. That's going to kill the Sentinel bot. And then it's going to do damage to the Nimrod and the Omega Sentinel. All right, we're going to target the Omega Sentinel. We're going to use the special. Hopefully we can flip some of those positive effects. We couldn't. That did end up getting resisted. And the Omega Sentinel is going to keep pinging into the Emma Frost. Let's use the ultimate from Shadow King into her. That got resisted again. They just have very high resistance on this. All right, let's go ahead and special with Ancient One. See if we can get some more flips. We did not. More resistance. All right, let's go ahead and we'll use the special. That's going to get charges on us. And hopefully we can try to get through this much quicker. We should be able to get the special ready for the next node by the time we end up finishing this off. So Emma Frost, we did the ultimate into Omega Sentinel. We got the kill on her because we had that offense up. And that's basically why I pulled the trigger on that special. I just need to try to get through this because those Sentinels, if they get rolling, they could end up taking care of some of your characters. you might not have everything ready by the time you end up finishing the node off. All right, so we are at 10 of 16. Nimrod is still alive. He's almost killed off. A lot of bots out there giving him some speed. So we're going to end up using that special from Doctor Strange. So there goes the bot. There goes Nimrod. Let's go ahead and target the Sentinel and use the ultimate. We got the positive effects off of him. Nice AoE damage. All right, let's go ahead and use the basic here. And special from Ancient One. Don't underestimate these. If you do, you could end up regretting it. All right, let's go ahead and use the ultimate. This is going to take care of the Sentinel. Hopefully, they get some nice damage to the adjacent Sentinels. Call the assistant for Odin. So there he goes. All right, let's go ahead and special. And the battlefield effect should take care of some of these. Let's go ahead and ult. All right, so we are over here. Let's go ahead and special. And we got a basic. So we're not going to have the special back in time for Odin. I think that should be okay. We at least have the ultimate ready. We still have some charges on Odin. Let's go ahead and ult. All right, there he goes. We got a basic. All right, so node 7 is completed. Okay, now we are on mission 8. This is where we start using the non-mythic nodes. So this is where we're going to mainly stick to the full Astral team. Node 8 is a bunch of the X-Men characters. This shouldn't be too bad considering we have a lot of flips, a lot of AoE attacks. So we are going to stick to the full Astral. We're going to keep the Striker on Shadow King, Moondragon, and Doctor Strange. We have Raiders on Emma Frost and Ancient Ones. Let's see how this goes. All right, so right off the bat, let's go ahead, target Jubilee in special. Now we got the ability block on her. All right, we have a ult from Shadow King on Rogue. Nice AoE damage. Ping should come in on Jubilee. Special from Ancient One. Get some flips out there. There goes Jubilee. All right, let's go ahead, target Gambit. We're going to use the ultimate here. Got the disrupt, so you don't have to worry about Gambit basically getting the stealth. All right, special from Doctor Strange into Rogue. All right, special. Got the trauma, got the ability block on Rogue. Wolverine came back. Rogue is kind of shut down with the ability block and trauma. All right, so the Gambit ult didn't really get any flips. We do have Disrupt, which Emma Frost does end up flipping into immunity, so that's actually a benefit. Let's special with Shadow King into Rogue. All right, there goes Gambit. There she goes. Let's special, get some flips. Storm, I don't really have to worry about. She only has the one charge if she does make it to the ultimate. Let's use some basics on here. All right, just need to get through the death proofs. So we have 5 enemies left. 2 Nightcrawlers, Forge, Sunspot. We need to get rid of the Forge. Let's go ahead and special. I don't want Forge ulting and start bringing characters back. Let's go ahead and ult into Forge. All right, let's ult with Emma Frost. All right, special. That's going to flip, hopefully flip those Nightcrawler buffs. Perfect. All All right, ult into Forge. That should kill Forge off with the Striker Shot. All right, let's go ahead and special into this Nightcrawler here. Nice AoE damage. Trauma ability block on Nightcrawler. Let's go into Gambit, see if we get rid of some of these pings. All right, special, get the Striker Shot into Gambit. All right, there goes Sunspot, Gambit. Let's special. All right, so now we just have these Nightcrawlers to deal with. Let's special with Emma Frost into that Nightcrawler, get the ability block on him. No trauma, so we do have to be mindful. We don't want to push him. Let's go over to this Nightcrawler in basic. All right, so now we just have the single Nightcrawler left, which is definitely doable. All right, we're just going to use basics. We don't need to really burn any abilities if we don't need to. Perfect. All right, mission 9. We have a bunch of Hive Mind characters. We do have an Agent Venom in here. We have an Anti-Venom and Scream. This is going to give them a lot of turn meter and possible revives. Ancient One should do very well into this. Let's go ahead and take this one out as well. Okay, so priority targets, Carnage. We don't want to cause any pushes to where the Hive Mind team starts kind of popping off. All right, let's target the Scream and ult over here. Because Scream also gives turn meter to the symbiote characters, which we don't want to happen. All right, let's special. All right, let's go ahead and ult into that Scream. I just want to make sure Scream gets killed off. Striker Shot. All right. Now we're going to go into the Anti-Venom. Special with Doctor Strange. Get the Striker Shot into Anti-Venom. Let's special with Shadow King. That's going to get the trauma ability block, so we don't have to worry about the Anti-Venom doing any revives to the characters we just killed off. All right, let's go ahead and ult into Anti-Venom with Emma Frost. There goes Anti-Venom. And we should be good to use this ultimate from Shadow King. With Ancient One there and all of the characters, with all the crits, we're going to be able to get that ultimate back pretty quick. Let's ult with Moondragon. And Striker Shot, there we go. Now we can basic here. All right. Now we have 3 red goblins. We do have this Void Knight. Let's go ahead and special into the Void Knight. There's the trauma ability block on that one. Let's go ahead, take out the red goblin that does not have the ability block, so it doesn't throw the stuff back over at us. Special with Moondragon into him. All right, let's go ahead and ult into that red goblin that does not have the ability block. There he goes. And very easy node for this one. We have a lot of control, a lot of flips. Aster's just so good during this. All right, so Scream came back because of the red goblin charge, but they're pretty much taken care of, so I don't really care about that Scream. We're just going to get our abilities prepped for the next node. Let's go ahead and basic. Counterattacks should take care of the Scream. There we go. Basic. Basic. And there we go. That node is finished. There we go. All right, node 10. This one here is pretty difficult. So what we have here is a bunch of a Cabal, and then we have some Annihilator characters and the Ares. The issue with this one is you can get stuck behind the Guardians. So what we're going to end up doing is make a slight alteration in here. We're going to end up using the Astral team, but we're going to end up adding in Old Man Logan. Old Man Logan's very good on this node, mainly due to the disrupts that he throws out there, the ability blocks, and the assists that he ends up providing. So let's scroll back up. Position, we should be fine here. I think I still want to keep him. Let's make him a skirmisher because we have some striker characters to get those assists out there. And let's go in. All right, so this one is very tricky. Let's go ahead and target the leaders first and ult with Emma Frost. That gets the disrupt in there, so we don't have to worry about him popping into stealth. And we just need to focus down this one first. Let's go ahead and special. Get the trauma on this one. Perfect. So we got trauma, ability block, and disrupt on this leader. We need to see if we can try to get over to this one. And special, that ends up dodging. All right, let's go ahead and special. We're not going to be able to flip anything because of the safeguards, but there's the disrupt. That's what I wanted to happen. So that one is done. Let's go ahead and special. Get the striker shot. All right, we're going to use the ultimate with Shadow King into that leader. And we're going to use the ultimate from Old Man Logan. We have the claws out. We got the heal block on that leader, so we don't have to worry about him healing back up. We got an ability block on the Iron Patriot. Let's go ahead and special with Ancient One. All right, special. This is going to get the ability block into the leader. Looks like he ended up resisting that. All right, we're going to basic into the Gladiator. There goes the revive once off of Old Man Logan. That's not good. Hopefully he gets his turn back soon. All right, let's go ahead and ult into the Guardian. All right, let's go ahead and we're going to special. I want to get the revive once back onto Old Man Logan. All right, so we got this stun into that guy. Let's go ahead and special. Get the striker shot. Hopefully kill that leader off. All right, we got an ultimate into an Iron Patriot. And you can kind of see the issue that these leaders end up providing with that stealth. It's going to be very difficult to try to target them when these other characters come down, especially that Thanos endgame. That Thanos endgame can one-shot our entire team if we push him at the wrong time. All right, let's special over here. All right, let's go ahead and we're going to use the ultimate into the Silver Surfer here. Let's go ahead and special with Doctor Strange. We need to get an offense down and trauma onto this guy over here. There's the offense down. Now we need to get trauma on him with Shadow King special. And let's go ahead and ult. All right, let's go ahead and special. Try to get some flips out there. right, let's go ahead and ult. And right now I'm really watching that Thanos endgame. I'm waiting for him to kind of pop off on me. If he does, that's could end up ruining our entire run. All right, so there's the trauma into Thanos endgame. We need to get the offense down on him as soon as possible now. Let's go ahead and ult with Emma Frost. All right, so here comes the special. Get the ability block into Thanos. Let's go ahead and ult into him. And this one here, 2 negative effects. We need to find offense down. We're going to basic into him. There we go. Now he has offense down. He has trauma on Thanos endgame. He's going to end up popping off, and hopefully we survive this hit. Let's throw blind on him in case he ends up doing the ultimate to us. And for some reason, he dropped under 50%, then came back above, but did not pop off. Very interesting. I mean, I will take it, so that way we have time to kind of heal up a little bit. Let's go ahead and ult. This is going to give us safeguard. We got a stun into Thanos. All right, Gore ends up ulting. He did survive that, and that's permakill if he would have killed us, which would have definitely hurt. All right, let's go ahead and ult. Let's go ahead and ult again into the far end gladiator so we can try to get some damage into the Gore. All right, let's go ahead and ult. We still have offense down on that Thanos, which, okay, there's another offense down on Thanos because we got to prolong those negative effects. That's good. Let's go ahead and special with Old Man Logan. Let's go ahead and ult. I want to heal up that ancient one. All right, special. All right, there goes Gore. Now we have Ares down. All right, let's go ahead and special. This is probably going to end up doing the push. We pushed and we did not get the proc. That's interesting. I mean, I'll definitely take it, but this doesn't really help you guys out. I think it's because he dropped under. He didn't push, and then he got healed back over. But at that time, he did have the offense down in trauma that would have let us survive the passive being pushed off on him. So now we just need to get rid of, we have a gladiator, we have a leader, we have an Ares, a second gladiator. That Ares could end up doing some pretty massive damage to us. Let's go ahead and ult with Shadow King. See if we can get rid of the Ares and leader. All right, let's go ahead and special. That's going to get the revive once back on us. All right, ult. And this right here, we're in a very good situation right now. There's just the 2 tanks that's going to be bouncing back and forth. The only damage dealer really is going to be the Ares. And leader trying to take the revive once off of Old Man Logan, so we just need to keep that on him. Go ahead and special. All right, let's go ahead and ult. All right, special here. We're not going to flip anything, but it is AoE damage. And we get the pings going into Ares because of it. Go ahead and basic. All right, special here. All right, so there goes Ares popping off. And you can kind of see the damage that the Ares can do. He should be getting killed off here shortly. Let's go ahead and ult. This is going to end up doing damage to the Ares right there as well. All right, let's go ahead and ult with Old Man Logan. All right, there goes Ares. Now I'm just going to hit auto on here. I'm going to try to target this leader because we need to get this leader killed off. He's one of the big issues right now is the support that he keeps providing to the gladiators. So if we get him killed off, that's going to be a massive blow to the enemy. All right, so now we're on the taunt, but we have some AoE damage that's going to hit the adjacent where that leader is. There's a special from Shadow King. All right, let's take that off because Doctor Strange, he would end up doing like a special or an ultimate. All right, so Old Man Logan did end up getting killed off right there. That's unfortunate. But we do have Doctor Strange that can ult and bring him back. All right, let's go ahead and target this leader, do ultimate here. All right, ult into that leader. He does have 3 death proofs. We just need to try to get through those death proofs right now. All right, there goes that guy. Let's go ahead and ult, bring Old Man Logan back. All right, let's go ahead and special into this gladiator. He's the lower health one. See if we can try to push through him. All right, let's go ahead and ult, give some safeguard to us. All right, and here we just have the 2 gladiators. We're going to hit the full auto. And this is just going to take some time to get through these gladiators. All right, let's jump back over to this injured guy. And striker shot. All right, so now we just have the death proofs to go through. 2, 1. And that gladiator ended up healing back up. Looks like the death proofs are off of him, though, luckily. All right, let's go back over to the more injured one without the death proofs. See if we can knock through this guy. And looks like he healed back up. The death proofs are still off of him, luckily. Oh, nope, he's got the death proofs again. He's at 2 death proofs. All right, so there's an ult that's going to get us the safeguards. All right, he's almost gone. He has 2 death proofs. See if we can get rid of one of these gladiators. You can kind of see the pain that this node has. It's more frustration than really anything on here. Also, the Thanos endgame portion. All right, let's go back to this gladiator. And he is right there at the threshold of dying. All right, there he goes. Finally. All right, so this one has 3 death proofs left. Let's go ahead, turn the auto off. Because I don't want to burn through unnecessary abilities if I don't have to. Let's go ahead and basic, get the striker shot. And of course he healed all the way back up. Let's go ahead and special. All right, special here. Well, let's just throw it on auto because this is going to take a little bit. All right, it's down to 3 death proofs, under half health. All right, let's go ahead and basic, get the striker shot because he's percentile damage. It's basic here, basic. I will use the special. That's going to cause a ping. All right, let's go ahead and basic. And he healed all the way back up to full. All right, I'm just going to let it go. Because right now I'm at the point where if I don't have any abilities, I'm honestly fine with it with how frustrated this is. All right, there's a special. There's the assist. There's the striker shot. All right, so he's at 3 death proofs. No turn meter. Go ahead and basic here. Get the striker shot. It's basic here. No abilities ready, but whatever. Let's basic. All right, there it goes. I have no clue where our abilities are for the next node, but we did get through that one. All right, mission 11. We have a bunch of Illuminati characters. We have some Night Stalkers and Marks for Money characters. Now, they're going to hit us fast and hard. If you see yourself about to wipe back out and go back in, because they're going to hit you very, very fast. We're just going to go in with the full Astral team on here. Let's go ahead and move Doctor Strange over to the far bookend because we need him to survive. That way you can end up ulting, bringing everybody back because this barrage hurts. All right, so right now we are on 2x speed. This is because of how fast and hard they end up hitting us. This will give us time to back out if things start going sideways. Hank Pym ends up doing the ultimate. That does kill Ancient One. That's honestly the best case scenario because Black Bolt didn't get the burp on her. Same with Moondragon right there. Let's go ahead and special with Emma Frost into Black Bolt or Captain Britain. All right, we're going to end up basicing because we don't have any abilities ready because of that last node. where we just kind of full send it because of how frustrating those gladiators were. Let's go ahead and ult here. This is going to bring everybody back to life. There goes Captain Britain, takes some damage. Let's go ahead and ult into the Captain Britain. Put it on 3x right now. All right, let's go ahead and special here. This is going to give us counterattack. It's going to flip some buffs. All right, let's go ahead and give a rewind to Hank Pym over here with the special. All right, let's go ahead and ult into Black Panther Shuri. This is going to get those assists called in, and then we're going to be able to hit the adjacent, such as Captain Britain here. All right, Doctor Strange is coming up. All right, sweet. We can end up doing a special to get the trauma ability block in case the Captain Britain survives here. Got the trauma, no ability block. All right, there goes Captain Britain. That's great. Let's go ahead and special with Doctor Strange into Hank Pym. And those evades definitely saved us from the Black Bolt. So right now my big threat is that Hank Pym and then Black Panther Shuri. Let's go ahead and ult into Hank Pym. Because we need to make sure... I don't recall when the drop happens. But if any of those marks for money drops in, especially that Old Man Logan with Hank Pym out there, that's asking for trouble. All right, let's go ahead and special. All right, let's go ahead and we'll do an ult here. This is going to heal us up. There goes Hank Pym. Let's go ahead and ult into Black Panther Shuri, get her killed off. And we're going to... let's use the ultimate. Try to take those death proofs. All right, there she goes. I'm going to go for Black Bolt because of those burps that he keeps doing to us. If we get one bad burp, that's kind of game over. All right, basic here. All right, so now we have the Night Stalkers and Mercs for money. Let's go ahead and special into them. All right, so we were able to push and we got the trauma ability block on Old Man Logan. Let's go ahead and ult. This is going to hit those adjacent so we can get some damage in Old Man Logan. All right, let's ult with Shadow King into Old Man Logan, get him killed off. There he goes. Now my big threat's going to be the Blade over here. Let's go ahead and ult into Blade. Let's do a turn meter rewind into Blade. All right, special, get some flips. All right, so that should hopefully kill Panda Pool. And we're going to end up doing an ultimate with Ancient One. That should get a stun hopefully on Oath or Blade. And that is some really big damage to our Shadow King. All right. The Oath took a turn. Let's go all in on Blade over here. All right, let's go ahead and get a heal on us. All right, there goes Blade. Now we're into Man-Thing and Oath. Man-Thing's going to be a little bit of a difficult character to get through. Let's go ahead and special. All right, so now we have the taunt to deal with. Oath, luckily, is fairly squishy. We do have some kind of AoE and splash damage that we can get into Oath. But special here, see if we can get some flips going. That's special with Shadow King. Alright, so Oath is shut down and about to be killed off. That's special with Emma Frost. Alright. Now we can kind of conserve some of our abilities, get them stocked up for the next node. Let's basic. Get the Striker Shot for Moondragon. Alright, so Man-Thing's about to be killed off, and we are kind of in the home stretch now. Mission 12 is very difficult. What we have here are 2 Black Knights, 2 Starbrands, 2 Cosmic Ghost Riders, and a 5 million power Shield Medic. The Shield Medic's really nothing. He is a lone character on the last wave. The issue is trying to get through these Black Knights. What we're going to go in with is Old Man Logan, who is going to remove the charges from the Black Knights. I have my own Black Knight in here just as a pre-taunt. I have Phoenix in here who's going to kind of boost up the Old Man Logan a little bit. If she dies, I have Dark Phoenix. And then I have Thanos and Odin. Hopefully we can try to survive this opening barrage and then get some control out there. Alright, so right off the bat, they go into our Black Knight. The ult's not going to do anything, so I'm just going to do the basic to get the battlefield effect out there. Let's go ahead and ult with Old Man Logan now. So we're able to get Disrupt and Defense down on one of the Black Knights. Let's go ahead and ult, see if we can get some of these positive effects off. Alright, let's go ahead and special. Now they are in stealth. You just have Phoenix that's going to be getting hit from the Starbrand. A special with Old Man Logan. So we got the trauma on one of the both of the Black Knights. That's great. Alright, let's go ahead and ult with Old Man Logan. Alright. The blind's definitely helping us here. Let's go ahead and ult with Old Man Logan. Alright, I'm going to go into this Black Knight and special with the Thanos. There's a stun in one of the Black Knights. Let's go into the other Black Knight, ult into that one. Alright, basic from Odin. Alright, that's probably going to kill our Phoenix. That would get a Dark Phoenix out there. Let's go ahead and ult with Old Man Logan. Alright, special with Dark Phoenix. And I need to get rid of this Black Knight before he kind of becomes too dangerous. He's going to bleed out, I think. Let's special into Cosmic Ghost Rider. Okay, so we did lose our Black Knight. I think using like a Gladiator or Zombie Juggernaut, some other pre-taunt would work just as well. He didn't really get any of the retaliates off though. Go ahead and basic. Alright, is that shield medic gonna cause some issues? Let's ult with Dark Phoenix. Let's ult. I'm just waiting to see if that shield medic ends up doing something crazy. Let's go ahead and see if we get a stun on him. There we go. Alright, so we are through this node. Let's go ahead and basic here. All right, we have the special ready for the Odin. Old Man Logan's looking pretty prepped as well in case we need the Thanos endgame and Old Man Logan later on. And he came back because he's a minion. All right, 1 hit point, dead. Got him. All right, mission 13. What we have here are a bunch of the Darkhold characters along with Quicksilver. The big threat I'm going to go for first is going to be the Doctor Strange Heartless. The Quicksilver, he could cause some issues to us, along with the Morgan and Agatha, obviously. But I think we should have enough control. We're going to end up going back to our Astral Odin team. And the good thing is we have Doctor Strange in here. If we start losing characters, he could bring them back to life. Let's go ahead and go in. All right, so right off the bat, let's go ahead and target the Heartless and ult with Emma Frost X-Men into him. That's going to do damage to him. It's also going to do some AoE damage. All right, let's go ahead and special into Quicksilver. There's the trauma and ability block on him. All right, we're going to special. That's going to do some flips. We're staying on the Quicksilver. He should die fairly easy. There goes the Heartless. Let's go ahead and special into Quicksilver. All right, there he goes. Now we just have Agatha and Morgan as far as the threats goes. Agatha putting the stun on Odin over here is going to end up speeding him up. And he already has the speed up, which is great. Let's go ahead and special into Agatha. All right, Odin's turn. We're going to do the basic. That's going to get the battlefield effect out there. Scarlet Witch should be dying here fairly quickly. She is out of her death fruits. Let's go ahead and ult into Morgan. This is going to do damage, call those assistant, and then I'll be able to damage the adjacent characters as well. There goes Scarlet Witch. And we're going to basic into Agatha. We don't need to use the ultimate here. Let's go ahead and use that special from Ancient One. All right, there goes Morgan. And we're fairly set up now as far as our abilities goes. Odin's getting much closer to his special and ultimate. Ancient One, she should get close to her special if she doesn't have it already due to the crits. All right, let's go ahead and basic here into Wongers. Yeah, so we have the special ready for Odin. The special is ready for Ancient One now. And Agatha is trying to ruin my day. She healed all the way back up. Looks like we might need to burn a few more abilities. All right, let's go ahead and ult with Wongers into Wongers. All right, let's burn the special. Let's burn Shadow King special. And we'll use the basic. That's going to get rid of those negative effects. Let's use the special here. That's going to kill Wong. All right, basic. All right, I'm probably going to end up using Doctor Strange's ult so we can heal back up a little bit here. All right, let's use that ultimate. All right, Ancient One's good. Let's go ahead and basic. So yeah, you definitely need to be kind of careful when you start conserving abilities because they can hit you very fast like that. and turn things around. Let's go ahead and ult with Wong. All right, there we go. All right, so mission 14. We have Apocalypse and the Four Horsemen. We have Phoenix, Vol, and Black Cat in here. Pretty interesting mix of characters. I think we're going to be good as far as the Astral Odin team. Let's see if this ends up going well. All right, let's go ahead and use the ultimate on Morgan. All right, we're gonna end up using the special here on Red Hulk so we can get the trauma and ability block on him so we don't have to worry about him rewinding us. Let's go ahead and special. That's going to do some flips. All right, so Morgan's gone. Red Hulk's gone before Apocalypse even dropped down. Let's go ahead and special with Doctor Strange into Rogue because of the taunt. I don't want to get stuck behind her, especially on an island over there. All right, let's go ahead and ult into Phoenix. All right, Dark Phoenix should be popping out. No Dark Phoenix, interesting. Unless she was already Dark Phoenix. Let's try to take care of that Vol. We got the battlefield effect out there. All right, we're going to end up doing an ultimate into Black Cat. That's going to hit those adjacent. Try to burn through those death proofs as fast as possible. All right, we got Vol. Now, right after this, Apocalypse should be coming down. Let's basic here. All right, so he has that immunity. Let's go ahead and basic. Let's go ahead and ult. All right, let's go ahead and ult here. There's a safeguard for us, so we're barely protected in case the Apocalypse ends up doing the ult to us. Let's do the special. So far, we have some really good control on him. Let's special here, mainly due to the damage. Then we get the striker shot and the Odin assist. All right, let's basic for the striker shot. All right, basic here. And I think we got him. Perfect. There goes Apocalypse. He didn't get a turn with that. All right, for mission 15, this one here, it's not a lot of threat characters, but there is the Mephisto on here. I did give it a couple attempts to where I tried using the Astral with Odin, and I couldn't actually kill Mephisto before he took a turn, and when he did take a turn, he just one-shot one of my characters. So I'm going to try a full Astral team. I feel like this could end up being better because we could have some form of mind control striker shot from Moondragon on here, and that could be the game changer on this one. So let's go in and see how this one goes. All right, so Mephisto ends up dropping right in the back middle. I have had it before. He drops in between the Moonstone and Ultimates. I do feel that this one is better placement. Let's go ahead and use MFRS X-Men's Ultimate into Mephisto. This will call all of the adjacent characters around to do this hit. And there's some pretty good characters for that hit right there. All right, we're going to end up using the Ultimate here for Shadow King into that Mephisto. All right. For Ancient One, I think the Ultimate's actually better. It's 250 piercing and it rebounds, whereas this is 200%. This actually does the 5% max health. Let's stick with the special. I did have a pretty good hit, though, when I used the Ultimate instead. right, let's use the special here. Just going to do that striker shot. There's defense down. There's the striker right there. But special with Doctor Strange. And special with Shadow King. Need to get through those death proofs. There's 3 right there. All right, there he goes. Yeah, so the full astral actually worked better than doing the Odin version in here. So that's very interesting and actually makes me happy. So now we just have to get through some of these other characters. I don't think there's any major threats left on the board. Maybe the Ultimates could kind of ruin our day because of how many positive effects we have. So I'm probably going to go for him next. Let's go ahead and special into the Ultimates there. So there's that turn meter rewind, which is great. All right, let's go ahead and ult into that Ultimus. All right, we're going to end up now targeting Sylvie. Yeah, let's target Sylvie and ult right here. All right, special with Ancient One. All right, let's go ahead and special with Doctor Strange. And yeah, this is much easier doing the full astral on this node. So let's go ahead and basic here. I could have actually done the special into that Emma Frost, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and basic into Emma Frost. Hit those AoEs. Let's do the ultimate with the new Emma into the old Emma. There she goes. Hit those adjacent targets. Knock off some death proofs, hopefully. All right, let's go ahead and basic into Dr. Voodoo. All right, special here. All right, we're gonna basic now, save some of our abilities, because we do have that boss node, and on that boss node is an Odin on there, so. All right, there we go. One more node to go. All right, for this boss node, we have the Undying characters, Leader, and Dorm. So Leader's kind of going to give them a lot of extra health. Once we get rid of this wave, it's going to go into Odin and the Asgardians, and then the Eternals. So what we're going to end up going in with is Super Skrull, Thanos Endgame, Mephisto, Old Man Logan, and Odin. So we have 2 heroes, 2 villains. We got the full benefit of Super Skrull. Thanos, he's able to kind of dish out extra ability energy due to the exposed mechanic to play with the Super Skrull. And we should be able to kind of get some good control off of this. Let's go in. All right, so right off the bat, let's go ahead and special with Super Skrull into the zombie Juggernaut. So we got the ability block. We have the exposed out there. All right, let's go ahead and use the empowered basic from Mephisto. All right, let's go ahead and basic into the zombie Scarlet Witch. She's a pretty big threat on this node. All right, let's special into her. We're not going to be able to stun her, but we can at least get some pretty good damage on her. Let's ult. All right, here comes the zombie Iron Man. All right, let's go ahead and ult with Old Man Logan. And as soon as we kill somebody, Dorm's going to come down. And I'd prefer it to be Zombie Scarlet Witch that gets killed off. Because if we kill Zombie Iron Man, she's going to end up bringing him back anyways. Just a different version. So now we got the battlefield effect out there. Let's go ahead and special into Zombie Iron Man. Get the exposed out there, hopefully. No exposed. All right, let's go ahead and special into zombie Scarlet Witch again. So we have another exposed out there to kind of play into. That's ult. All right, there goes zombie Juggernaut. Here's the Dorm. Right, let's go ahead and basic with Mephisto. Now that Dorm is no slouch either. We definitely need to be mindful of him. Let's try to get a stun into leader. Perfect. All right, there goes leader. I'm not going to use the special into the Dorm. We'll just do a basic there. All right, let's go ahead and basic. All right, so there's the ult from Dorm. Battlefield effect. There we go. Let's go ahead and ult into Dorm now. And let's go ahead and special into Zombie Scarlet Witch. Hopefully get her killed off with the assist. There we go. All right, so now we have this Dorm to deal with. All right, special. There's trauma stun on him. All right. So next time it goes to Odin's turn, I'm going to end up using that special. That way we can get the charges on Odin and kind of get him prepped for that next wave. As soon as Odin drops, we can go all in on him. All right, basic here. We have the ultimate ready for Mephisto. That's great. All right, there's the special. So now we have the charges. We have all these buffs up. Hopefully we can get rid of this Dorm very quickly now. All right, there he goes. Now we're going all in on this Odin. Let's go ahead and ult. Let's ult with Mephisto into Odin. Let's go ahead and ult. I don't want to get a stun on him, so we're just going to use that ultimate from Old Man Logan. All right, let's ult. Now we have Thanos endgame going. Let's take care of these positive effects and everybody else. Basic here. Perfect. And this was best case scenario. Got a nice rebound chain. All right, now we just have a Cersei, and we got Temporal Cataclysm taken care of. I think based on the characters that we used, it's definitely high value characters. So we used our Astral team, Old Man Logan, Thanos endgame, and really the mythic characters through like Dark Dimension with Super Skrull, Apocalypse, Mephisto, Odin, characters that you should be building up anyways. So there wasn't really any wasted investment on the characters that we end up using today. And this was difficulty 16, all packs, everything ready to go. Now I know the rewards aren't great on this. However, it's just a nice challenge. If you don't want to do difficulty 16, you can use one of the lower difficulties. That's perfectly fine. And here's our high score. We got 13,022,000 points. As far as the rewards goes, let's see where we ended up on the leaderboard. So we got all of those taken care of. We finished rank 14 on here. Pretty happy. What's the max points that somebody did? 13. So you got us by about 11,000 points. It's pretty much that gladiator node. It was just brutal on there, but hopefully this information was able to help you guys out. If you have any questions about this, feel free to comment below. I'll be happy to help you guys out, or just go ahead and jump on my Discord. That's also going to be in the description below. If you did enjoy this video, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, have one for the rest of the day.